Hello, hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello, my friends, how are you? Aries, we're going to hop straight into it. Before actually, I just want to say if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, comment if you feel so inclined. Also, you can hit the bell button and press all notifications if you want to be updated on whenever I publish new content. We have a really nice stone cycle here, which lets me know that some of you are actually doing magical stuff like rituals, working with the light, of course, right? But ritual stuff, really taking care of your own organ energetic field. What I was getting for you, Aries, is striving for excellence. And to those of you that are new, I'm doing a channeling right before I do your reading, like a channeled meditation, where a bunch of stuff came through for you here, Aries. I do a chanting for you as well, which is attached to your extended. And yeah, I'll just start by reading it and then we'll pull cards. So looking in from the outside, this had to do with table setup. I was setting up from way over there, so way over there actually. So from the outside, usually I would sit down and I would place the cards wherever they want to be. But this time I started setting up from the outside. So this is letting me know you're looking in from the outside. Some of you may have had an out-of-body experience at some stage in your life. Maybe also in meditation, where you could all of a sudden like get a different view over a situation and were able to, or maybe even your life, and were able to set it up in the way that actually suits you, but something that is kind of like unexpected. I was getting family line. With this healing, some of you are actually really working with healing your family line. Know that your ancestors are backing you. There's also some strong cord cutting going on that I was feeling with it. This is still tied into with the Scorpio full moon, and with that full moon lunar eclipse that happened. It's still like those energies are still lingering, although we're heading towards Gemini moon next, so we'll see how this one is going. And with the cord cutting, Aries, this can still happen as you already have no more contact to someone. There may still be a little bit of lingering that you're now ready to release, ready to let go. Some of you may not have a stable home at the moment, meaning you may be moving around, not really knowing where is home, or you may just have the feeling of your home is not really feeling like home anymore, and you may have the feeling of you may want to move. Exactly. So big shifts are possible and happening right now. And if you know this, Aries, it can be a bit easier to transition. I feel my throat chakra being activated with this. So outspoken. Maybe some of you really actually had to leave family members and friends behind because you were speaking about something. And you could be regarded as the black sheep within your family because you are mirroring back to the people their stuff. So it's like you may be really outspoken actually, or maybe outspoken again about something that you may have not been outspoken for a while, and this caused some upheaval, right? But this is only you pointing out the obvious, really, okay? Just know this. Timeline jumping came up, and timeline shifts. And no, you're not crazy. This is actually happening. So when we're jumping timelines, it can feel like you're missing like a bit of time in between, which is very interesting. Or you're just not, actually, in some cases, it can mean that you're no longer seeing certain people because they're not in your timeline anymore. It's very interesting, actually, not seeing. Other people may still be able to see them, but you are not. Striving for excellence is what I was getting, and immediately the song by Beyonce came on. I'm not just preaching, I'm taking my own advice. That one, if you know that one. And then development I was given, like they're acknowledging your development. Development action is what they were giving me, and you felt that, Aries, because maybe a shift in your abilities has taken place. Maybe you have become more powerful, and this immediately led me to the leader. So a leadership position that is like written in the stars for you. Some of you may have even gotten your chart read, and you know about, I'm getting a 10-20 year kind of a period. It doesn't mean it takes that long till you get there. It's just like a 10, like the development is what they're highlighting here, right? And how much you have earned that leadership position, and how much you're now able to be outspoken about things and be really like steady and stable in your own position. And this may make some people uncomfortable. Good. Let them be uncomfortable, because that means you're striving for excellence. You're only making them aware of their the way it comes through is their own insufficiency, but I'd rather would like to rephrase that and say, well, where they could improve themselves, because you clearly put in the work here, Aries, okay? And then again, with the leader, they gave me again that line, I'm not just preaching, I'm taking my own advice. So clearly you're not just, reading from a book, but you actually are living it, which is absolutely fantastic. And that stone cycle here, that lets me know that too. This is what we're coming through next too, though. The stone cycles, magic practices. And then have fun, Aries. Don't take it too seriously, because Aries, you can be like your fire sign, you're also a fixed sign, so it's just like you can lack fun at times, right? You can be more on the serious side. Let's do this, let's go. But they want to bring in like a more fun kind of a way. This is also gonna be excellent for you, and your projects are gonna benefit from it greatly. And you should know that you are being backed, because the way this whole thing was set up, like my cards, my decks, is like a phalanx. So what the Romans used to do is like a war strategy, actually. So they're backed. It's not just one line. It's like they're like this, the lines go like this. It's like one person and then the next right behind and the next there, and one person, and so forth, so on and so forth. So there's no way anyone could get through, first of all, and second of all, you will be backed like by all of this, ancestors of course as well. If there is something that you have been wanting to do for a long time, do it. Do it is what they're saying. Resources will be provided. Expand your faith here. It's darkest before dawn is also something I was getting. Trust yourself, Aries, okay? And this is also that came through as I was saging your cards in this space. Very thick sage smoke, and it felt like, oh, it's so good, right? Have fun, have more fun, okay, Aries? That's what came through, and I actually brought in Agua de Florida to give this like a more fun kind of a feel, floral kind of a thing, more fun, more light. You can also surround yourself with feathers and ask a feather to help you, please, guide you back to that state of like a lot more fun, okay? So, my dears, I had to adjust a little bit here. I also pulled the cards for you because that didn't happen before. Also, what I wanted to mention for you, Aries, is the Work Your Light Oracle are still in their carton, in the box they came in with, which is interesting because that lets me know, because I asked twice if they should come, and they will come, but a little bit later. So I feel this is a surprise that you are receiving here, Aries, and it is something to be unboxed with someone else. So some of you actually do have a channel where you do unboxing stuff. Interesting. Or trying out stuff, but I feel this is to be unboxed with a friend or with a soulmate or with someone that is of significance that may either already be in your life or may be coming in. You, my dear Aries, have the Seraphim gateway. So the voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. So this is working with your voice, working with sounds. Excuse me. Yeah. And with that, like my throat made a jump, like my voice made a jump. So that's very clear. Something may still be blocking you here, but with voice activation, with anything music, but I feel very much like chanting, singing, this may very much help you. So you may also find great resonance in the extended that's not yet created, but the chanting is created. You may also find resonance there. Also on the channel Universal Power Meditations, my second channel, there may be something of interest to you regarding chanting. You may just chant along. It doesn't have to be like perfect on that very tune. It just like means to like free your throat, right? And you have a prayer card. Dear guardian angel, help me to be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs. Help me not to fear the transient nature of life. Help me to remember the eternal light which emanates from my soul and the eternal light which emanates from the heart of every living thing. Help me to remember that I'm eternally guided and loved by God and all creation. Yeah. Perfect. Now let me read that one to you, and I'm going to have a sip of water first, though. With your reading, I feel very driven, very fiery, Aries. So voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Yeah, perfect. The seraphim is the highest form of angelic beings who are said to radiate from the heart of Source. They have been described in many ways through the ages, but what is common is the idea that a brilliant light emanates from them. The word seraphim means burning ones, for in ancient times light was associated with fire, as this was the main source of light within homes. These beings of infinite light are essentially divine love that is taking on an angelic form in order to serve the universe. When they have appeared physically, they have been described as having 6 wings, and they are known for their heavenly voices. In fact, miraculous planetary shifts are reported to take place when they sing. In the heavenly realms, they sing in constant praise of the Creator. Other angelic presences report to them with regard to their spiritual duty, as it were. It doesn't operate in such a linear way, but this is the best way for us to understand the process. If you have ever woken up hearing your name being sung, the seraphim have visited you. When they come to you, know that you are blessed to be in the presence of angelic beings that emanate directly from the heart of Source. Their voices will help awaken the angelic presence you hold within, so that you can support the expansion of the world. And the connect activation here is visualize yourself immersed in golden light, then say, "Thank you, mighty seraphim, for blessing me with your loving presence and for supporting me in awakening the angelic qualities I have within." And that is quite gorgeous, you guys. Really quite gorgeous. I love this. We had another reading here where it was connected in a similar way with a protection guardian, which is the female version of Archangel Michael, is what they're giving me here, and it was exactly attuned with an angelic card as well here, and the same here for you too. So you may have seen that reading. There's a reference to it, but I can't remember which one it was. This one, yeah. So you have death, exactly like I was saying with the scorpionic energy. Something's being cleared out. Family line, yeah, definitely family line. And there may have been great suffering in your family. Like there may have been problems with addictions as well, of any kind. It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. It can be like food addictions or sugar addictions, or I don't know, being addicted to work or to anything really. And you came here to help your family line, dear Aries, to really free them. Like you are the one that your family line has been waiting for. And if you would like to join the fellow seekers this Saturday, I'll attach the link to Moments and the reading, or not the reading, well, I'll do a reading, but the fellow seekers group call is about the family lineage, like the ancestors, our ancestral lines. And yeah, just read it in the community tab. I don't want to go into it too much, but that's what this is going to be about. And this is what really is strongly coming up in your reading. And I know that a bunch of people are dealing with this right now. So this is why that group setting is about this, to help you. Okay, so this is breaking away, but it's a good thing, right? Yeah, we have justice. Scales are being balanced here for you, Aries. Wow, yep, justice. Some of you may have felt like I said in the beginning, like the black sheep, and you're not being recognized as actually a helper within that family line, but you're rather recognized as someone that is wreaking havoc, right? As this one, actually, I see you impersonated in the death card, being the death card yourself. You're the bringer of death. I know this sounds really awesome when I say it like that, and I mean that in an ironical kind of a way, but this is actually really good, because this is something that needed to break away like for a long time, and you're finally here and you're delivering. Jesus Christ, you're delivering here, Aries, and that is good. But know that these efforts do not stay unseen, although it may be right now not the case for you, where you feel like friends and family are kind of like breaking away, or have been broken away for a while now, because you did some cord cutting, but that was necessary. It's much like you want your children to move out. You don't want them to stay with you, because when are they going to learn how to cook? When they actually have to cook. When is your family actually going to realize? When they're sitting in their own gunk and no longer have a person to blame this on. You, right? They have to find someone new to blame it on, or it's just a huge dynamic shift that is happening. When one person is stepping out of this dynamic, the whole dynamic is changing, especially when that person is developing and evolving, such as you. have here, as we were getting in the channeling already. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Yeah, and this was tough, really, really tough for you, Aries, really tough, but also for the members of your family, because you made them aware, like in a big way, and they're still thinking about it. If you've been wondering how they've been doing, be sure that they're really still thinking about it. We could also be talking about a relationship and healing the other line of a family as well with this, Aries. Like, be aware of this. For example, if there is a divorce or a breakup that has happened, just know that that influence, they may have given you the blame for it, Aries, but just know that they have to work on that stuff as well. And interestingly enough, the 10 of Swords lead to the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, and that's the justice that is right. Actually, interesting. Wow, this is interesting. I don't think this has ever happened, like the card being laid sideways like this. I know that in the regular tarot readings, like when you do the, I think the cross or something it is called. I never did that, but you may be doing this. You may be laying, like, tarot-wise, a cross, like the cross thing, like the one you start out with. And people find that very helpful. I just don't do it for structure reasons. I don't want to be limited by structure, but that's just me. It's not right or wrong or anything like that. It just is the way I read. And yeah, so it goes from the 10 of Swords to the 10 of Cups immediately. So this is lovely. Really, really lovely. And it goes your direction. It feels like you're being fed finally after a longer time where you may have felt unsupported, and you're just like, man, I'm over here by myself and I'm just trying to do things. I'm just trying to live my life. However, I'm thinking of one specific person. It's so crazy. Like, she's coming in hugely in this reading. I hope she's actually seeing it. So maybe your ancestors particularly are pushing maybe pushing you to this reading, maybe pushing you in a certain direction as well, so you can finally see something here. Okay, Aries, I'm going to take this over to Patreon, $11.11 a month, for all the healing channelings, the healing incantations, invocations, healing rituals. You'll find all of that over there. You can check it out if you haven't. It's reduced price in case I haven't said it before. I know I did, but in case you haven't heard it before, it went from $22.22 to $11.11, so that it's actually more affordable, because I would personally love to see to have you receive the help that you need, if that's what you need. We're going to be definitely pulling from the Isis Oracle as well. That's what I already know, and that will be posted, like the healing incantation or invocation will be posted over there as well. So if you'd like to join, also for the Fellow Seeker group, I attached all the links down below, and I'll either see you next time or over there. Bye, my friends. Bye.